Okay, what do you have on your bench today?
So in the process of all the little builds that we do here, actually for fun at home, at my home shop out at work, I was recognizing through social media and through all the fun websites that we find out there that there's a lot of people who like to do carry handle builds because they're retro looking and they're kind of nostalgic for old soldiers like me who actually did have a carry handle on their service rifle when they were in the military. So I decided that I was going to do a carry handle build, and this was inspired by a lot of my coworkers and a lot of my friends. And of course, the one thing that always inspires you to do any new build that is kind of an offshoot or kind of extra is the fact that you always have an extra lower sitting at home. This was an extra lower. It was a very inexpensive lower. I think I paid about $75 for it. And it has been sitting here, and every single time that I decide I want to do something different or something a little fun for a build, like this carry handle build, I always have it laying around, and what ends up happening is that it lays around, it goes on my new build, it gets taken off the build, and then I upgrade it for something far more expensive, which I probably already have done. So I'm just going to break down the little bits and pieces of this build that I'm doing right here, and of course we'll do another video later, probably featuring another rifle or something else out of our armory here, and then we'll show you the completion of it once it's done. I have most of the pieces here. I just don't have the brace for our pistol lower yet. And nor do I have the other lower that's going to be coming in the mail hopefully soon. But I decided that I was going to do my carry handle build. I was going to do a small one. And I was going to make it out of a pistol again. That's usually the easiest way and the quickest way when you're in that experimental mood to do something with a shorter barrel without having to deal with NFA paperwork. Not that I'm resistant to doing that, but it is when you're impatient like I am and you just want to get it done and you want to see what it's going to look like, it is the easiest way to go. So fortunately, at the exact same time I decided I wanted to do this build, Brownells had a bunch of Sons of Liberty, which I think are outstanding quality, a bunch of Sons of Liberty uppers that were on sale, and they had their Sons of Liberty, I believe it's called the East India 300 Blackout, with a 9-inch barrel sitting there, just begging for me to buy it, and that's why I decided to build my carry handle build out of. So it's a 9-inch barrel, Sons of Liberty upper, it chambered in 300 Blackout. It's a really solid upper. I really admire their quality. And then I decided that I was going to try to add equal parts of retro stuff and new stuff all at the same time. Obviously 300 Blackout being the new stuff. But I think that once this is done, it would actually make a nice little hunting pistol because it's going to be really compact in size. So for the parts all together, I decided for my quasi-retro fore-end, I was going to use a Samson Evolution 7-inch fore-end. And it's not super, super retro, but it also is kind of nostalgic for me because I remember all the Samson rails that came out earlier. And this was way before Magpul even had furniture, or we started using Geisley rails, which I've used a bunch of, or anybody else, Seekins. I remember Samsons being around for a while, and they've kind of stood the test of time. They're a little bit less expensive than some of the other companies that you would go with, but it's a good-looking rail, and it fits perfectly on this upper. Of course, I don't even know where this carry handle came from, but it was sitting in the pile of parts that we have around here in the shop, and it became the added inspiration for this. So between the Samson rail and the carry handle, and of course I do have a carry handle Picatinny mount laying around, extra lower, and then coming very shortly in the mail is going to be our CAC or KAK muzzle device, which I actually found a 5/8 by 24 muzzle device, 308 muzzle device that'll fit on this, but it's actually one of the old XM77 looking ones, so it'll have kind of that Vietnam Car 15 XM177 feel. All that put together, I decided that I had to, of course I have my carry handle, so I had to have a front sight, and we'll see how this works out. I didn't even measure or do anything else. but this is also kind of an unboxing. I bought Unity Fusion mount and front sight. So we're actually going to do a little bit of an unboxing here, and the boxing is going to include some Unity parts. I've seen a lot of Unity parts around my range, and I was actually really impressed with them. I really kind of like their magnifier mount that actually dips below your red dot. That's actually pretty awesome. Makes you feel like you have less hanging off of your weapon when you're actually moving with it. It's always been a little bit of an awkward feel for me to have the magnifier hang off the side. So this is obviously not that upgrade, but this right here is a Unity Fusion front sight. Feels extremely high quality. I was really impressed with the way they looked, and it's going to kind of give us that old school A2 front sight look, but it will not be a complete and total A2 front sight. So I got their Fusion mount, which will obviously mount to the top of the Samson right here, and then front sight mounts there. I think it'll actually be a kind of a pretty neat look for the rifle. Also being extremely functional with my carry handle rear sight. Then the kind of really exciting part that I was really looking forward to, and this is probably also a little bit of an unboxing too. And as you can see, as we do some of these things, these unboxings and checking out new products, my bench will be just as messy as it usually is. But I've been a big fan of Cobalt Kinetics for a long time. I didn't always know if I would ever be able to buy one of their rifles, or if I could find a place for it in our armory. But I did find one of their BCGs online for a really good price. So this will actually be what started out as kind of an offshoot, fun carry handle build that's getting added a lot of really quality parts. Cobalt Kinetics is a fantastic company, and yes, one of these days we'll get one of their guns in our arsenal. But if I got to slum it a little bit with my carry handle build, then we'll do it with this BCG, and everything else is going to be a little bit more mil spec. Obviously, the lower pistol minus the brace will be kind of mil spec, and then the carry handle edition will not be too fancy. But being in 300 Blackout, being here in Virginia, you know, with our hunting laws, you know, we can't hunt with 5.56, but we can hunt with 300, so we will definitely do that. Nice, compact, little cool looking package that I can climb up into the tree stand with. Other than that, we are going to look forward to seeing how this build turns out. It might be abhorrently ugly, but I'm pretty sure, like all the guns that I build, I'll love it just the same and shoot it a bunch. Yep, that was just our little piece of content here, just to let you guys see all the pieces that we have in the build, and we're looking forward to seeing how the Cobalt works out, and I'm pretty sure that the Unity is going to be a great addition to the top, especially with a 25 some odd year carry handle.